Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The photos on my left and right show how important it is to take heat seriously. Former collegiate athlete Carlos Williams of Houston Explosive Fitness Gym knows it firsthand. An experience in the hot sun years ago nearly cost him his life. It's something any other student athlete can learn from and stay safe until these temperatures drop. Tonight, he shares his story. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Carlos Williams. He's the owner of Houston Explosive Fitness. Also, Dr. Danish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute. And of course, I brought both of you together because, Carlos, you have gone through what many young people could go through if they don't protect themselves on the football field during football season. Tell us a little bit about your story, working out in the heat, playing in the heat, and you ended up in a coma.
Yes, so August 24th, 2014, at St. University, it was a normal day at practice. I had a heat stroke. The first hospital I went to, everybody said I was perfectly fine. They said I was just dehydrated. 3 hours later, my kidneys shut down. And once your kidneys shut down, it's like a domino effect with all your other organs. And I was in a coma over a month.
Wow. Now, when you woke up, did you realize what had happened? Or were you completely in a daze?
My last memory was I was on the football field, and whenever I woke up, I was pretty shocked to see that I was in the hospital.
And did you realize a month had passed? Did it feel like maybe a couple of minutes, or did it feel like a month?
No, sir. My mom told me I was only in here for a few days, and then I realized I went through my text messages, and that's why I noticed that I've been here over a month.
And going back to the time when you were on the field practicing before you had the heat stroke, did you overexert yourself, or did you realize you were putting your life in danger?
No, I didn't realize. I just thought, just a typical day, just tired, just hot. And, just in a blink of the eye, I just fell down, and, the rest is just kind of history.
And Dr. Ali, this is nothing new to you when you have young people, especially in high school, college, out there practicing, especially in the Texas heat.
That's correct, Isaiah. We've seen lots of these cases, and we've seen a high amount of these cases here this year because of the high numbers or the high temperatures that we've had in the city. And so, yes, just like he was explaining, there's heat exhaustion and heat stroke. In his case, he actually had a heat stroke where he had multi-organ failures, where his muscles started to break down. He started having shutdown of the organs, and sepsis is what we call it. And that led to multiple things going down. And that's why he was in the hospital and in coma for such a long period of time. And so, yeah, Isaiah, we see this, and this is the thing that we need to discuss, is because we need to take proper measures to make sure that we don't go down that pathway, because what happens is that when you're playing, you get caught up in the sports, and one thing leads to another, and you may not have the adequate amount of hydration, meaning you're not drinking enough fluids, specifically water. We forget that other electrolytes can actually dehydrate you, and so we may be drinking Gatorade all day long, or other sports drinks, or some of these energy drinks, but we forget that we need to replenish that with actual water, because what happens is that when you're sweating, your electrolytes go, but you also lose lots of fluid as well, right? And that's where what happened is that he was playing, and and the other thing we need to make sure is that we get away for a few minutes or a few seconds away from the heat, because just that amount of sun hitting our body is so much, there's, ultrasound, UV rays, things that we're getting from the sun, and even just stepping away for a few minutes is so helpful. We recommend sunscreen as well for folks that are even out there playing, because that can be a layer of protection amongst other things.
Good advice for parents and high school and college coaches out there to take all of that advice. Any advice, Carlos, that you have for young people who may be out there practicing as well? I know you help a lot of young people. You mentor a lot of young people as well.
Just stay hydrated, stay hydrated. Make sure you have some food in your body too. And just, you listen to your body. Most athletes, we're very prideful. You don't want to come off the field. You just want to push through. But if you feel like your body is telling you to take a break, take that break.
All right, Carlos Williams, the owner of Houston Explosive Fitness, and Dr. Donnelly Shawley from Archpoint Pain Institute. Thank you both for joining us, and Carlos for sharing your story here on The Factor Uncensored tonight. And of course, you don't need me to tell you, but parents and coaches, you need to take the precautions, because dying in the heat for young people, athletes especially, is the third largest killer for that group. So make sure you take all the precautions needed to keep your child alive. And make sure you follow us on social media, on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Also, download the Foxo app, where you can catch The Factor Uncensored, streaming anytime.